variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Here's your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning. Good morning. It's 16 minutes after 8 o'clock. It's a beautiful Thursday on the outside. Welcome to the Business Buzz. Here's hoping you enjoyed Money Sense this morning at 7:30. So that means we only have one segment today. And we have in the studio just one guest. She's not just one guest. She's our guest, Miss Taura Ebanks. Taura is a manager for the Cayman Islands Humane Society Thrift Shop. I want to say good morning to all our listeners this morning. If you're viewing us on YouTube, good morning. And of course, good morning to Miss Susan. She's on the other side of the glass. She's handling our camera, just getting us on the air and just doing everything that she needs to do to get the job done. Thank you, Susan. She's also the producer of the Business Buzz. Taura, good morning.
Good morning, Anita. How are you doing?
I am good. Good to have you in the studio this morning.
It's always good to be here with you.
It's a Thursday morning. I feel so lazy.
Really?
Why? Yes.
This is where the energy should come in because we're almost to the end of the week and we can do it and we're almost to the weekend.
I know, but I just feel lazy today. I was just telling Susan, but it feels like a lazy morning. You know, I guess because we don't go right at 7:30.
Yeah.
So once I don't go right at 7:30, I just say,
it's okay. Like a little break.
But it's good to have you here. Good to have you listening, and those of you who are watching as well. So Taura, the Cayman Islands Humane Society Thrift Shop. You are the manager. Mm-hmm. You've been there for a while.
Yeah.
How many years?
It's probably maybe going on 1.5 to 2 years now.
Okay. How are you enjoying it?
Oh, I love it. I think being in the thrift shop is such a fantastic opportunity to meet all the different elements of our community in terms of creativity and thoughtfulness and generosity. You can really, truly find the best people shopping in the Cayman Islands Humane Society thrift shop. You've got wonderful people like right now. I believe it might be a teacher. She reached out to me very early this morning, and she is looking to help a student find a prom dress for next week. Oh. And so that's the type of community I'm talking about. Like, you can truly see people trying to help each other. You have wonderful families that come in, they buy for themselves, they get great bargains, but then they also buy their gifts, or they know people in different circumstances that maybe aren't as fortunate, and they buy clothes and baby supplies and strollers and all sorts of different things in our store that really truly help other people. Then you have the creative people who I can't thread a needle, but these creative, talented people, they come in and they take amazing little simple things and they make beautiful crafts and projects. I'm gonna put Susan on this in the spotlight. She does a little show. I don't know if you guys have ever talked about it on the radio.
Not really, but it's on.
Yes.
Top. I was just watching one of her videos.
Yeah.
The ATM machine, Sue.
Yeah. So Susan does a show. If anyone ever goes on Facebook, the character is called Aunt Cla. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I love is Susan will get a lot of the different creative props in the store, and she'll.
That's what I love it. We're just talking about that.
She's so creative.
All these hats.
She's so creative, and that's the sort of thing. So when you come into the thrift shop,
secret is out, Sue.
Sorry. But she's so talented. And so I love when, creative people come into the shop and they could be looking for a little something simple, and our team is able to say, hey, this just came in, and make something beautiful happen. So it's been an amazing 1.5, 2 years now.
Awesome. Now, Taura, just give us a little history of the Cayman Islands Humane Thrift Shop.
Absolutely.
So, and of course, make sure you tell us about the location.
Yes.
It's all about location.
Oh, and location. Mm-hmm. So the Cayman Islands Humane Society Thrift Shop is located in Plaza Venetia. A lot of people will know the plaza because China Village is in it. So if y'all know where China Village is, then you'll know that the thrift shop is in that same plaza. If you're not familiar with where China Village is, maybe you're like a new resident or something, we are located on North Sound Road, and we're right in between Jake Scott's and Cayman Village. So those are some landmarks to help people find us. So that's where the store is located. We're currently open for thrift shopping days on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So if you're coming to find a great bargain, those are the days to come and thrift shop. And if you are a donor, we have specific donation drop-off days where donors can drop off directly to our thrift shop. That's on a Monday or a Friday. That's 2 days a week from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And that does not include public holidays, because that is a day that we take for rest and acknowledging and observing whatever local public holidays we have. But when the donors come, that allows them to give the donations directly to us so that we can secure them. We can get relevant information and details about the items so that we can process them, display them, and then sell them to the community. About the history of the thrift shop. So back in 1975, Evelyn Anderson, she was the then president of the Cayman Islands Humane Society. So there's a long-standing relationship basically within our community, because we've been around since 1975. And throughout those, decades, so many individuals, businesses, organizations, special interest groups, they've all come together to help what the cause is for the Cayman Islands Humane Society, which is to fundraise so that we can help rescue and rehome very vulnerable and homeless animals in the Cayman Islands.
And I love those animals.
I have one from the shelter.
The doggies and what do you have, a cat?
I actually have a dog from I had a cat. I rescued her from the bushes. But I have a dog, and she's a rescue from the Humane Society. I got her when she was about maybe 5 months old. I worked with a local trainer, Kenneth Morgan, and just the most amazing, loving, kind dog. She is truly my best friend. I've been very fortunate to have a dog in my life because it gives you a sense of responsibility. It completely changes your life. It opens you up to new relationships. I went from not knowing any of my neighbors to you have to walk your dog every day, and then you meet all these people in your neighborhood, and then you end up having all these great relationships. And it also just from companionship's sake as well. I won't really focus on security of the animal in terms of what they do as a security dog, but I will say that there are a lot fewer people that I'm concerned about, knowing that my dog is there and she's always very alert and she's always paying attention to what's around us, even when I'm not.
What type of dog is that?
Well, she's a mix. So, and as most Cayman coconuts are, and that's the beautiful thing, you don't need to get a purebred dog to have a wonderful animal. She's mixed between maybe a golden retriever and maybe has a little chow, and I'm guessing that because she had a little black on her tongue. So I was always raised being told if there's a little black on her tongue, they probably have some chow in them. But she loves me so much. She is so sweet. She's so playful. She's about 8 years old now, and she's a rescue from the Humane Society.
Oh,
so
how long you've had her?
About 8 years, because I got her when she was about 5 months.
Okay. Oh,
and so
she's a baby.
Yeah,
puppy.
5. Yeah, so she was a puppy when I got her. But this is a great thing about the Humane Society is even when I went into that shelter, I didn't go looking for that dog. I was actually grieving the loss of a dog that I had just lost, and I was so sad and so depressed. I wasn't in the state of mind where I was going to get a dog. But I find that the right animal finds you. A lot of people have amazing stories where they weren't planning to get an animal, but that right animal just steps into your life. And that's what my dog was for me. And the Humane Society was very supportive, making sure that all of the animals get spayed, neutered, that they get their heart guard, their all of their medications. There's a lot of work that goes into caring for these animals before they get fostered out, before they get adopted out. Recently, the operations manager gave me a tour inside our shelter facilities to even see what the intake process is like. There's just so much work. You take them and you have to observe them because you don't always know their circumstances. So observing their health, observing how they react to certain foods, making sure that they are healthy to put in with the general population, getting to know the animal so that you can place it with the right foster family. There's just so much work. There are these amazing ladies. They go into what we have as the cat room. And, they make sure that the cats are fed and watered and their litter boxes stay clean, and that just so much play, effort, and love goes into these animals before they ever even reach the homes in our community.
Oh, I have 2 strays.
Aww. What are their names?
Cats. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
I didn't have names for them. So one is come here.
Oh.
And one is stay there. Because the one that come here, she was the first one that came,
Yes.
and I'd be like, come here, because I didn't have a name. And I don't know whose cat,
Yeah.
she just
Well,
showed up one
she's
day.
yours now.
Yeah. So I changed it sort of to come here to make it sound a little fancy.
Yeah.
Rather than come here, so it's come here. And the other one stayed there because they would fight, And I'm like, you're so ungrateful, I take you guys in and you just want to fight. Be happy.
The cats now own you.
Yes. So
anybody that has a cat knows that the cat owns the human.
That's right. Even if they're, they used to be stray cats.
Yes.
But, yeah. So you have Book Loft, and that's another location for the Humane Society.
Absolutely.
And that's upstairs, the shelter.
Yes. So speaking of the shelter, so when you go to the shelter, there is a staircase that goes straight up the stairs. There is a wonderful team of volunteers. They fully run the shelter with management support from Amanda, and they sell books. In fact, I got a fantastic book about trees specifically in the Cayman Islands. I was on a hunt for local books about Caymanian flora, fauna, trees, trying to learn about like bush medicine and stuff. So they were one of my first stops to see what I could find, and they have such a huge selection of books, and they're like $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. There is zero reason for anyone not to be able to buy a book these days, and a great book at that. I think that book that I bought, which was brand new, probably retails for about $15, $20, and I think I got it for $5.
Wow.
So the Book Loft does a fantastic job. When you walk into the Book Loft, it's organized.
Yes,
you ask for a section, you can go to it, and the team are really friendly. And if there's a book that you're looking for, you can give them the name and the title and the author, and they'll call you if that book comes in. And they're really good at it because I put my name on the list as well. So they're amazing at that.
Now, we know that the thrift shop helps to support the Cayman Islands Humane Society, the shelter animals.
Yes.
How does this work, Taura?
So essentially, with the donations that we get in on the Mondays and the Fridays between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. to our thrift shop, once we process those donations, we then put them on display, price them, and sell them to the community on the 4 shopping days of the week. That money that we raise from those sales, that goes directly to the shelter. And as we talked about all the work that the shelter has to do, food is not free. We all know that. The medications, sometimes these animals are injured. All of this money that we raise, it goes directly to the shelter so that these animals can be directly cared for and be given the resources and the support that they need so that they can get healthy, so that they can become adoptable, so that we can spay and neuter them to reduce the pet population, because that's super important. The number of puppies that get dropped off. I really want to encourage anyone out there that's listening to spay and neuter your animals. If you have a particular thought process about why you haven't done it yet, I would encourage you to go and talk to a medical professional, a vet, or a vet technician, and they can discuss some of your concerns or your questions. But it is always worth spaying and neutering your animal to reduce the pet population, because once that litter of puppies comes, there's a lot of food that they're going to need. We
have to take a break, Taura.
Yes.
But before we do, I normally follow the Humane Society on Facebook. And I've noticed where Miss Susie Johnson came in with 2 suitcases of supplies for the animals.
Yes.
And I thought that was amazing. So shout out to Miss Susie Johnson for those 2 huge suitcases.
They were big. I don't even know how she traveled with them. I saw that same photo.
She didn't bring any clothes for herself.
Well, all I know is that was so generous.
I thought so too.
To take that, because traveling these days is not a simple process. So to get those bags through, to get everything checked, and then to get them down to the shelter, that was so generous and so thoughtful.
That was. So, Miss Susie, thank you so much. We're going to take that quick break. Thanks to our sponsor of the Buzz this morning, Cayman Insurance Center and Total Health.
Homeowners, protecting your family and property is crucial during the season, and you should always assess insurance needs long before a storm makes landfall. Most insurers won't issue new policies or increases when a storm is imminent. Cayman Insurance Center's team of professionals can help owners like you find the most comprehensive coverage and competitive rates. Call the insurance professionals at Cayman Insurance Center 949-4657 or email info@cic.com.ky. Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Call Cayman Insurance Center's insurance professionals today at 949-4657.
Do you own a Honda vehicle? But there's currently an urgent safety recall regarding faulty Takata airbags in Honda vehicles in the Cayman Islands. As affected vehicles get older, a combination of high temperatures and humidity can affect airbags with a fault, placing you and your family at potential risk. Car City is currently replacing any defective airbags completely free of charge. To check whether your vehicle is affected, go to carcity.ky/recalls. If your vehicle is not affected, you will require a letter from Car City stating so for your next vehicle licensing inspection. Without this, your vehicle will not pass its inspection. Please contact the Car City service team to arrange this by calling 949-5525 or go to carcity.ky/recalls. The safety of you and your family is important to Car City, so please take the time to check if your vehicle is affected by this urgent Honda safety recall.
How life treating you? I don't know how you do it. Traffic, errands, and don't forget work and chores. There is no time. I need to get Sarah a dental check, and Grandpa needs a checkup too.
Oh, I'm no supermom at all. But if you need all services under one roof, look no further. Try Total Health. They offer such great quality care, and we're able to work with my entire family and our busy schedule. Guess what? They are open 6 days a week and welcome walk-ins too.
Total Health at Grand Pavilion on West Bay Road. From junior's x-rays to your daughter's dental care, their suite of services encompasses diabetology, ophthalmology, gynecology, ENT, physiotherapy, pharmacy, on-site laboratory, imaging, and the list goes on. Total Health is your one-stop convenient family healthcare solution. All the services of a hospital without the hassle.
Total Health in Grand Pavilion. Change the way you manage your family's health. Visit www.totalhealth.ky or call 333-2222.
It's hard to shop for Dad, isn't it? He seems to have everything and loves anything you buy, but you want that special gift. So now is the time to head down to Christian Enlightenment Center. You will find Christ-centered resources that educate, encourage, and inspire. Show Dad your appreciation for his love, kindness, and the strong support he's given over all these years. Make Christian Enlightenment Center your first stop for Father's Day gifts that will leave a lasting impression on your dad's heart. Christian Enlightenment Center.
Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6 at the new location on North Church Street, beside the Burger King on the waterfront in Georgetown. 945-1252.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. It's 33 and a half after 8 o'clock. We're taking you up to 9 o'clock. Come 9, we'll have headlines, and Susan's got some sweet music lined up for you on the breakfast session. Following that, we'll have RC Fusion and at 12 o'clock news, and Sterling will be in with Talk Today. But in the meantime, we have in the studio our guest, Ms. Taura Ebanks. Taura is the manager for the Cayman Islands Humane Society Thrift Shop. And Taura, you've got some events coming up. Let's talk about those events.
Absolutely.
And are these events fundraiser for the Humane Society?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Everything that our Humane Society Thrift Shop does in Plaza Venetia, whether it's on site or whether it's at a different location, anytime we're selling anything, anytime we're doing something, that is a fundraising project. What we try to do is find different ways to support the community. So yes, it is about making the money so that we can support the animals. But for me, it's also about trying to identify opportunities within our community to find ways that the things in our shop can meet those needs.
Okay. So what do you have coming up? You have...
Well,
3 events?
I'll tell you a little bit of what we recently introduced on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So on Wednesdays and Thursdays between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m., we have something called R&R bins. R&R bins are repurpose and restore. So sometimes when we get donations, we don't ask for these things because we're not trying to sell broken, damaged things. But sometimes when things come in, we see that they can have a second life. We see that they can be restored with a little bit of creativity, or they can be repurposed. And so while they are not in perfect condition, because in a thrift store, there's never a guarantee that anything is quote unquote perfect, but some of these things might have a little bit of minor damage or need a little bit of repair, or maybe sometimes just a couple missing buttons. And if you know how to sew, you're good to go. So we take these 2 bins, and they have clothing in them and they have non-clothing. They could be household things, some pots, little variety of things. And every Wednesday and every Thursday, the thrifters can come in. We give them a bag, and they can fill that bag with as much as they can fit in from those R&R bins, and they only spend $5.25.
That's cool.
So it's a great way to give creative people an easy space to find things for projects. It's a great way for us to continue our fundraising efforts. It's also a fantastic way to try to keep things from going to the landfill. So the R&R bins, the repurpose, the restore, that's available on Wednesdays and Thursdays. We've been doing that for a couple months. And so we've got that, and that happens twice a week. Then one of the other things that we do is we have an interesting selection of bridal dresses. And we don't...
Bridal dresses?
Yes.
Okay.
So we don't keep them out on the main floor because we want to try to protect them as much as possible from just everyday handling. So, but these dresses are amazing. So what we have is one of our team members has gone through the dresses, inspected them, and she sized them because sometimes dresses get modified. It could say it's a size 14, but in reality, maybe it's a size 10 or 12. So she's gone and done all the measurements for all the dresses. And at the end of this month, we have something special. We never open our thrift doors on a Friday because that's when we sort donations. However, at the end of this month, I think it's the last Friday of the...
it's Friday. It's a Friday, June 30th.
Yes, exactly. Thank you very much. So yes, so the last Friday of the month, which is the 30th of June, what we are going to do is we are going to open our thrift shopping doors from 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. And from 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., this is the perfect opportunity for any lady that is about to get married or has just been proposed to or is looking for the dress. This is the opportunity to quote unquote thrift the dress. When you thrift the dress, yes,
I love it.
thrift the dress.
The dress.
So weddings can be really, really, really expensive. There's a lot of effort that goes into weddings, and the expenses can be quite high, but your wedding dress doesn't have to be one of those things. What you can do is you can email us at shop@caymanhumane.org. That's SHOP@CAYMAN, humane, HUMANE.org, shop@caymanhumane.org. And you can RSVP to come to this event. It is open to the entire public. So even if you're looking for bridal accessories or some champagne flutes or anything like that, you'll find them in our store. But on that very special day, what we are offering brides to be is the opportunity to let us know in advance what their size points are. And we'll pull those dresses so that when they come between 4 o'clock and 6:30 on the 30th of June, their dresses are ready. They can take a look at them. They can try them on. They can even bring a friend or two if they want to help them, try on the dresses, because sometimes there's buttons and there's little laces and things to tie up. And this is just a really fun way for brides to be creative as well. You might see the perfect bridal fabric and decide you want to repurpose it and make the dress your own.
That's
a
great idea.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
So, you might have tons and tons of material from these bridal dresses, but you might decide that you want to make it your own. So it's an affordable and it's eco-friendly as well. So a lot of women, the intention is you get married once. That's the intention. So even if you... So it's very unlikely that even if you were to remarry that you would wear the same dress a second time. So when you have these dresses, you wear them once, and some people will keep them for a lifetime with the intention, if they have a daughter or a daughter-in-law, to wear the dress. But a lot of times these beautiful dresses, they do sit in closets. They don't ever get reworn. They do take up space. And so this is a beautiful way, if you have a wedding dress and you are no longer using it, if you would love to give it an opportunity to get reloved, then you can donate your wedding dress to our thrift shop. We just need it by the 26th of this month so that we can put it in with the dress inventory as well. And so if you have a wedding dress and you'd like to donate it, you can donate it by the 26th to our thrift shop. And if you are a bride-to-be or you know someone who's shopping for a dress and they want to be eco-friendly, they want to be creative, they want to be thoughtful and find genuinely different ways to express what their special day is about, this is a fantastic, fun, creative opportunity for those brides to be. And the dresses range in price from $25, $50, and $75.
No higher than $75.
Nope.
Where can you find a wedding dress for
You can find it at the Cayman Islands Humane Society Thrift Shop in Plaza Venetia.
I know someone who has a dress right now, and she, you know how long she wanted to get rid of that dress?
Well,
she's never worn it. It didn't work out.
Yeah, sometimes things happen, and that's okay.
So it's a great way to get rid of that dress.
And and wedding dresses, again, a lot of times some people just want it for the fabrics. They may not even be getting married, but they're looking for that really beautiful lace. They're looking for that gorgeous fabric that they can create something completely new. And I really think that, part of what goes into a wedding is creating something very special. And that's what these wedding dresses can and will be for many brides on the island, especially in a time. I don't think when they say love don't cost a thing, I'm like, well, sometimes it does. But again, the wedding dresses do not have to be super expensive.
Okay, so that's the first event. What else do you have?
So I actually just found this out, so I'm going to read this from my phone. There is, are you familiar? It's on West Bay Road. It's a venue called Twist. It used to be called Fishbowl. And so basically, let me see. It's coming up. There's a puppy rodeo.
A puppy rodeo?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I know.
A puppy rodeo.
We're getting a puppy for Susan.
Yes.
So there's yeah. And so there's a puppy rodeo. It's at Twist. It's on Saturday, the 24th of June. And it's from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. So it's just a few hours. And it's the perfect opportunity for anyone that's considering or thinking about fostering or adopting a dog to pop on down to Twist on the 24th of June, which is a Saturday, from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. And that formerly used to be called Fishbowl. And it's on West Bay Road. And it's a great chance just to go meet the dogs, see their personalities. A lot of times, even when you go into the shelters, you're not truly seeing their real personalities because there's a lot of activity that goes on and there's a lot of things competing for their attention. But when they're out in the community, you see a little bit more of their playfulness or their gentleness or their personality. And so it's a great opportunity just to take your kids down, see the animals, get to know them, and maybe you'll foster them and maybe you'll find your forever dog.
How does the puppy rodeo works?
So we have a team of people that bring adoptable dogs down to a fixed location. So a dog-friendly location where people can go. And you get to cuddle with the puppies. You get to play with them. The volunteers and the people that are there helping to support the animal welfare while they're there have information about the animals, and they can provide you those details. And it's just a great kind of neutral environment because some people might be nervous about bringing the animal directly into their home, like straight from the shelter, directly into their home. And it gives you just a couple hours to see how your children might interact with the animal or how the animal may interact with the child. It's just kind of like a meet and greet, basically. It's like a first date.
I'm thinking about puppy lassoing and all that when you see a rodeo.
No, hopefully the only lasso that they'll put around you is around your heart, so you'll adopt them.
Because I'm thinking, puppy rodeo,
they're going to lasso your heart.
They'll be... Yeah, okay. No, was it so that's all three events we're looking at there? Or?
Those are, we always have different events, and the best place to look is, and there's two different pages. So there's the Cayman Islands Humane Society, and they are always putting out whatever events they have. So they have all sorts of pub quizzes. They have all sorts of fundraisers that go on all throughout the month. We just had a fantastic fundraiser at Grand Old House. It was a wine tasting event. It was fully 100% sponsored by Grand Old House. So we were able to keep 100% of the proceeds to have them support the animals. And they did a wine tasting with some tapas. There was a sommelier there, and her name is Lisa. She was amazing. She described all the tapas or all the wines in the regions. Then the thrift shop, which is the part that I support, we were able to find a few unique items that aren't typical to everyday purchases and highlight them so that those guests could see, when you go to the thrift shop, yes, you can find jeans for $6, and yes, you can find work pants for $4, and you can find a swimsuit for $6. It's very affordable. We also get some amazing items in. We get these curios and collectibles and decor items that are sometimes worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You still get to buy them at thrift pricing. So literally a thrift store is for everybody.
Oh, on that note, Taura. We've got to take a break. If you're just joining us, you're listening to the Business Buzz, the final leg of the buzz this morning, and we're speaking to Miss Taura Ebanks, and Taura is a manager of the Cayman Islands Humane Society. Thanks to our sponsor this morning, Cayman Insurance Center and Total Health.
How life treating you? I don't know how you do it. Traffic, errands, and don't forget work and chores. There is no time. I need to get Sarah a dental check, and Grandpa needs a checkup too.
Oh, I'm no supermom at all. But if you need all services under one roof, look no further. Try Total Health. They offer such great quality care, and we're able to work with my entire family and our busy schedule. Guess what? They are open 6 days a week and welcome walk-ins too.
Total Health at Grand Pavilion on West Bay Road. From junior's x-rays to your daughter's dental care, their suite of services encompasses diabetology, ophthalmology, gynecology, ENT, physiotherapy, pharmacy, on-site laboratory, imaging, and the list goes on. Total Health is your one-stop convenient family healthcare solution. All the services of a hospital without the hassle.
Total Health in Grand Pavilion. Change the way you manage your family's health. Visit www.totalhealth.ky or call 333-2222.
Homeowners, protecting your family and property is crucial during the season, and you should always assess insurance needs long before a storm makes landfall. Most insurers won't issue new policies or increases when a storm is imminent. Cayman Insurance Center's team of professionals can help owners like you find the most comprehensive coverage and competitive rates. Call the insurance professionals at Cayman Insurance Center 949-4657 or email info@cic.com.ky. Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Call Cayman Insurance Center's insurance professionals today at 949-4657.
Do you own a Honda vehicle? There's currently an urgent safety recall regarding faulty Takata airbags in Honda vehicles in the Cayman Islands. As affected vehicles get older, a combination of high temperatures and humidity can affect airbags with the fault, placing you and your family at potential risk. Car City is currently replacing any defective airbags completely free of charge. To check whether your vehicle is affected, go to carcity.ky/recalls. If your vehicle is not affected, you will require a letter from Car City stating so for your next vehicle licensing inspection. Without this, your vehicle will not pass its inspection. Please contact Car City Service Team at 949-5525, or you can go to carcity.ky/recalls. The safety of you and your family is important to Car City, so please take the time to check if your vehicle is affected by this urgent Honda safety recall.
Excuse me, I noticed you from afar.
Really? Me?
Well, not you. The KFC sandwich you're eating?
Oh, Zinger.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be funny.
No, it's called the Zinger Sandwich. Crunchy, juicy, 100% chicken breast, crisp lettuce, sweet mayo on a seeded bun with a little zing. KFC's chicken is not factory breaded, frozen and refried like the Burger Boys. Customize your KFC Zinger and dip it in barbecue sauce.
Wow, now I'm starting to notice you too.
KFC, it's finger licking good.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Taura Ebanks is in the studio with me. She's a manager of the Cayman Islands Humane Society Thrift Shop. Taura, just talk about some of the stuff that thrifters can find, in the store. I know you've got an ever-changing variety of clothing and shoes for babies and children and women, plus you have beachwear.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. So everything that you just said we have for children, we have for men, and we have for women. In the men's section, there is always space on our rack. So if you're a donor and you have the opportunity to donate some men's shorts, t-shirts, dress pants, jeans especially, we would love to get those. And again, our donation drop-off days are Mondays and Fridays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. to our thrift shop. We do have a donation box that's located at our shelter. But we ask that if you're going to donate there, to please donate during the shelter operating hours so they can secure the donations in the donation box so that they're not left out, because it does create a risk or a potential threat for theft. And we really want to keep our community safe and we don't want to put anybody in a situation that they don't have to be because of donations, like we want to keep that goodwill and that good energy and do it in a healthy way. Going back to what's in the store, if you are looking for linens or cookware, kitchen essentials, we have those items. If you are looking for prom dresses, I know that prom is coming up, so we've got a selection of dresses. If you are looking for work attire, whether you buy a men's jacket or a woman's jacket, they're only $15. So we try to keep our price points really, 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 really good for all of the everyday thrifters. And we do have those specialty items that come in and we process them. So when we get like a specialty item, we have to spend time sometimes cleaning it or researching it to make sure that we're getting the best value for that donation, because we believe our donors are giving us good things to raise as much money for the animals as possible. So once we research those items, we then can get price points for them. We got a lovely, if anybody's into China or tea sets, we recently got a Royal Dalton assorted collection of 20 pieces. And this is very vintage. It's from 1991.
And all the pieces are intact?
All of the pieces are intact, but it's not a full set. It's 20 pieces. And so it's an assortment. And there are one or two items that have a crack here and there. But when you're 30-something years old, there's going to be some imperfections, and that's part of the charm, I think. But those items, when we looked them up individually and you add them all up, they add up to over $250 worth of tea items. It's from a Florentina Expressions collection. We post all of these photos and all of these items that we have on our Facebook page and on our Instagram page. So if you are on social media and you're on Facebook, just look up the Cayman Islands Humane Society Thrift Shop on either Facebook or Instagram, and you'll see a lot of the items that we have available in our shop. So that's also a great way. When you come into the shop and it's an everyday like household item or kitchen appliance or something small like that, you can put your name and number into what's called our red book. So we take your special requests for household items. And when that item comes in, we can give you a call.
So you're located in Venetia Plaza, right?
Yes,
so it means you have to pay rent.
We do have to pay rent, and the rent has gone up.
Wow. So folks, come on out and support the Humane Society Thrift Shop. No, Taura, there are a lot of, I've noticed over the past 6 months, there are thrift shops around Grand Cayman that are popping up.
There are.
You have competition.
There
the
is.
Puppies and the doggies have competition now. So what was your niche?
Well, first I want to acknowledge what a thrift shop is. A thrift shop is a shop that sells pre-owned or pre-loved items that are not necessarily manufactured with price tags and then shipped from other countries into our island. So it's become very common, I find, that some businesses that are for profit will call themselves a thrift store and sell brand new items. So I think the very first thing that makes us different from some of the stores that are popping up is that we truly are authentically a thrift shop. All of the things that we get that come in, they're donated. We don't buy them. They're donated to us. The other thing that also I want to point out is there's a variety of thrift stores on the island that are truly thrift shops, and they are charitable, and they do a wonderful job of supporting the community. And they also support worthy causes in our community. I believe that there's space for all of us to exist, and we all offer the community something a little different. And our regular thrifters will know this because they pop around to different thrift stores. The second thing I want to point out about a thrift store is, again, whether it's for charity or not for charity. Some of the stores that are popping up that are calling themselves thrift stores, they are for profit. They are not charitable, and that's okay. But I think that if you are an avid thrifter, it's important to know, is it truly thrifted? Because it's not, if you're into, supporting the environment, repurposing, reusing, recycling, all of that great stuff, and repurposing items, then you don't need to buy something that's brand new from a store that's truly not thrift. And if you love supporting other causes like the animals, then you want to find a charitable thrift shop. And what makes us truly different, I think, from what's out in the market is that we try to keep our store as organized as possible. We want every thrifter to come into a nice, clean, friendly, warm environment. We have dressing rooms. Sometimes stores don't offer dressing rooms, so you can try on the clothes. We also accept credit and debit cards. Sometimes thrift stores don't have the capacity to do a card machine. We do. Thankfully, we're blessed for that. So we can take a credit card. We can take debit cards. We have the dressing rooms. We try to keep the store clean, organized, so that when you come in, you don't really, aside from the great bargain prices, we don't want you to feel like you're having to rummage through things to find a great deal. We want you to go straight to a rack, see beautiful things that we've pre-screened. Our team, and I just want to give a shout out because they're probably in the thrift shop right now working so hard. I want to give a shout out to our thrift team. We have Davey and Marilyn and Aideen. They do a wonderful job every single day of the week, supporting customers, going through thrift items, and they really make the store special.
Are they volunteers or
they're
paid
part of our
staff?
team.
Okay.
We always, speaking of volunteers, we would love to have some volunteers during the summer months of June, July, and August. So if you are over the age of 18 and you have any time, whether it's an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and you're available on a Monday or a Friday, I really want to encourage you to reach out to us to get some more volunteer information. You can call us at 945-5596. Again, that number is 945-5596, or you can email us at shop@caymanhumane.org.
Okay. Now we're almost out of time, Taura. Where did the time go?
I talk a lot. But there's so many good things to say about thrifting.
I'm a good listener, and I'm pretty sure our listeners, I know YouTube viewers, they're pretty good listeners too, and you have a lot to inform the public about a thrift shop. Now, the doggies and the kitties.
Yes.
I just love the fact that there are so many people who, apart from the environment and all that, people want to raise funds for the animals. That is amazing, and that will never stop. And I just want to say this morning to all our listeners, please go out and take a look at the thrift, what's it called? Thrift address?
Well, so June 30th from 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. is Thrift the Dress. That's for all the brides-to-be. If you're looking for extra bargains, come in on a Wednesday or a Thursday for the repurpose and restore bins for only $5.25. If you have any time where you're able to donate your time, we would love to have volunteers on a Monday or a Friday. All you have to do is just give us a call at 945-5596. Again, that number is 945-5596. We'll give you more details. And I know I've thanked our team. I know I've said thank you for having me. I just really want to close out by saying you guys are so generous by allowing us this opportunity to talk to our community. And we really appreciate you. We appreciate the donors. We appreciate Aunt Cla. And we appreciate all the other thrift shoppers that come in and they share parts of their lives with us and their creativity. And that really is what makes a community store feel good. We talk about Caymanian kindness. We talk about what a community is. A community starts with how we treat each other. When you walk into a store, looking each other in the eye, smiling, a warm greeting, offering to help. And that's what we do in the Cayman Islands Humane Society Thrift Shop. And I've got to put a word out there. Taura has never been crabbing. I know, but you have crabs on your property, so you need to. I won't be out your house at 10 o'clock at night. If you have crabs on your property, please call Taura. She'll do this for first time. I don't want to be there when she's crabbing. Yeah, but I need to cleanse. I'm interested in the cleansing part where you clean them out and like I think that you have to purge them. You have to get a cage or something and put them in. You have to like purge them for like a week. But they're escape artists, believe me. I've heard this. I might have to just stick to saving the puppies. Okay, we'll leave you for that. No, Taura, thank you so much. We want to wish you all the best as you continue to, just generate funds for the animals. We appreciate what the entire team does. Thank you so much. And a big shout out to everyone at the Cayman Islands Humane Society on North Sound Road. A shout out to the Book Loft, as well as our thrift shop in Cayman Brac as well. I just want to say hello. We love our Brac customers. We love it when you come down to Grand. So we hope to see you in our store very soon. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. And it's 9 o'clock. Thanks to our sponsor this morning, Cayman Insurance Center and Total Health. We'll be back on Tuesday, June
20th with another Business Buzz. Thanks to the producer, Miss Susan Watson, for doing all the hard work, all hard lifting. Thank you, Susan. And, of course, we want to say have a wonderful day. And it's a long weekend coming up. Enjoy. Be safe.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services.
And Total Health in Grand Pavilion. Change the way you manage your family's health. Visit www.totalhealth.ky or call 333-2222.
Satisfaction is guaranteed 24 hours a day, whether it's music or information.
From Grand Cayman to Cayman Brac to Little Cayman, we've got you covered.
You ever hear a thing like that?
Radio